streams at a Sunday night because yesterday was a really long day. I was really tired. I had to work on photos. And yeah, it just made more sense for me to, you know, try to take care of my health. Anyhow, it is Monday night. It is April 21st, and it was a pretty long weekend, but it was actually a really, really good weekend. Um, So there were. I'm gonna try to keep this short. But there were three main shows that I went to, um, and there were four particular bands that I went to go see. So the very first show, I'm gonna cut straight to it, was Saturday night so that I could see Doll Parts. As you can see right now, this is Arisa of Doll Parts. She and Hey, what's going on, Kevin? She and Kotaro, as well as their main composer or their composer, and pretty much producer Koji. Um, yeah, they put on an amazing show, and it was really cool. It was at Aoyama Rhythm or Rizm, Rizm. I don't know if you could get away with that in America, but in hey, what's going on, Steen? But in Japan, it's not a problem. Urizuma. Hey, what's going on, Jeff? Thanks, guys. Always happy you guys are joining. Oh, also, by the way, my light, it's one of those really cheap LED. It has the warm light and the cold light, and then my cold light just went out a couple nights ago, so it looks a little bit more orangey. So I'm doing what I can. Okay, so Saturday night, I asked Arisa if I could take photos for her show. She said, sure, that's fine. She did say that they did have an official photographer for that evening. I said, that's okay. I mean, I'll still go and take photos. She said, sure. And I asked her if I could go in as a guest or staff. She said, yeah, guest. So that did work out. Well, hey, Yushi-san, how are you? Otsukaresama. I've got quite a few doll parts photos. I'll be very honest with you. As a photographer, there are bands. Well, no, no, no. How can I say it? So I love tons of bands, right? I love tons of bands. Um, but as a photographer and as someone who is looking for things aesthetically, it just the reality is that some people photograph much easier and much more well than others. That's just a fact. Like even for me, I don't photograph that well. I don't know why. I'm such a good-looking guy in real life, but for some reason in photos, I look like a dud. But you do what you can. So yeah, Arisa is definitely someone who is pretty easy to photograph. Um, what is it? They say to the models or to people when they're taking photos to like make love to the camera. And it's just that confidence. Just there's just something there with some people, and I don't quite can't place it. But some people have it, some people don't. Some people are midway. But Arisa definitely has it. So yeah, I took some. I'd say some pretty good photos, and you will see more if you do follow me on Twitter or on excuse me, on Instagram. My cough still hasn't. I'm dying, guys. All right. So I can show this to you guys later. So Saturday night, I biked over to Aoyama Rizuma. It was pretty much a 2-hour show. As expected, a fantastic time. And if you guys have not seen the music video yet for Shihai, hey, what's going on, Eric? For Shihai or Domination, you really have to. I think it's possibly one of my favorite or my favorite Doll Parts song, even though it's the most recent release, music video wise. Um, so the reason why they had a one man, it was actually two. It was two shows they did. One in Shibuya Cyclone last month, and then the most recent one 2 days ago at Aoyama Rizuma. And both of those shows were to kind of push the release. Ah, Eric, always thank you so much. Um, and I'll see you soon somewhere. We didn't get to see each other at the acoustic show, unfortunately, but you looked good in your penguin suit. So this is the album BOG Bog, which means bragging out garbage, and I would imagine, even though there's a slight sort of loss in translation, at least to me, I could be wrong, but art is art. Um, Bragging out garbage, I feel like it's like you're kind of open and cool with just whatever crap you are or you have, that incompleteness, at least to me, and it kind of sounds cool that way. But the really cool thing, and I do want you guys to hear the song if you haven't yet, and I will play it, but the really cool thing, they've already released a few songs off of the album. They released Stray Sheep, which was a great song, and they had a music video for it, like I think over a year ago. Oh, Arisa just posted. She's performing this coming Saturday at Uyu's birthday. Uyu from Mana Diagram and Dizzy Metal. And I will be there as well. Um, but they also released a song called We Exist Here, a music video last year as well. So they're very good. I don't know how, because the truth is that unless you have some money as a band from somewhere, it's very difficult to put out a lot of music videos. Like one is like the minimum or even the maximum sometimes for some bands because financially it's very difficult. Um, but Doll Parts has been very good about putting out music videos. And I know that they also crowdfund, which is really cool. I know for some bands they feel they're not comfortable doing that. But Arisa is someone that I've gotten to know over the past year and a half or so. And she has no shame, like in the best way possible. Like she just doesn't care. She knows what she wants and she goes for it. And I really appreciate that and respect that. And because of that, I think that she accomplishes things individually and as a band. But so the really cool thing that I really appreciated was that when I got home from the show, is she said, "Oh, look on the last page at the bottom." And then when I did that, it was a special thanks. And then when I looked closely, my name was written on it. So she gave me a really cool shout out on their new album, Bog. So if for no other reason, if you're not really into cool music, if you're not really into like rock bands, then get the album just because my name is on it. I feel like that's totally worth it. So yeah, that was super super cool. Really really touched by that. Um, the only other time, I mean, not not that I need this. I really don't. But the only other time, and I was thinking about it, that I did get a special thanks was from Sara. Um, I think I had helped her out various times. I took this photo, and then I took this photo, and then she thanked me here. I don't know if you guys can see that. So, but yeah, man, I mean, like really, really super cool, super touched. But the show itself was fantastic. They opened the song with Shihai, the latest music video. And I do want to play, not all of it, I don't think I need to, but some of it at least. And it's just so good. Like, what I love about the song is it really captures what I believe in music a lot. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of being overly technical or pyrotechnics or being too fancy. Um, and even though Eddie Van Halen is my number one favorite guitar hero, like of all time, within his like fanciness, fancy fretwork, there was a simplicity and there was a melodicism to it that really captured me. And but as I got older and I got more into songwriting, composing, producing, lyrics, it was the Beatles that really took over. And I think being able to write music that is simple and that grabs you. And I've said this before on this channel, but it's that re-listenability, or rewatchability for a music video or for a movie. There's just got to be something that makes you just grabs you, that hook. So I'll play a little bit of this, and God, it's such a great riff, such a great hook, such an awesome tone on the bass. Right? Very straightforward, very stripped down. And I think I've played this before already, but why not again? And it was cool because she was wearing this outfit for the live performance, and she wears it well. So Koji, the composer, is very influenced by like 90s music, various genres and types. But Elisa's very great about taking it, making it her own, writing her own lyrics. So yeah, great time. Took photos, for them, and it was cool because it wasn't as packed as the previous one man that I attended last year in November. Um, yeah, I mean that ability to remember that short something, that even that like 1 or 2 seconds is enough. There are definitely songs and moments where all you need are a couple of seconds or even just that one moment, that one, you know, that one melody, that one note that just hits you and like grabs you. So, hey, what's going on? Happy Easter, happy Easter. So yeah, fantastic, fantastic show. And it was really cool too, was that there were a few guys who came over from the States. Chris, who is a subscriber, and he, he was sharing last night because we went to another show together. He was like, "Yeah, Peter, I've pretty much been kind of like following your career ever since you interviewed Hades, and just watched to where it's gone." And that's really cool. I think when he said that, I was like, "Oh, that's really neat to have somebody who's kind of seen where I've traveled, where I started, and where I am now." Um, but yeah, with just with doll parts, and my relationship with them has grown in various ways, and it's not, I don't spend as much time with them as I have with bands like Hades or even Mellows or some other bands, but I definitely connect with Arisa as a person. I think her like laid back quality, but also her like gung ho, let's go and do this kind of quality too is really cool. But as I was saying, like, so, there are a few guys that flew over from the States, and seeing them, some for the first time, actually only one person for the first time, a couple of guys for the second time, Ubi, Chris, and then Justin. So they came to the show, and I saw them at 3 separate shows. So we were kind of hanging out. Kind of hanging out. I was pretty busy. Um, but the really cool part, which I'm not at liberty to share, yeah, is that I did get to talk to someone that I had never ever expected to meet. And then that person approached me and said, "Are you Peter?" So we talked for a bit, and it was super, super cool. I'm sorry I have to be like secretive about it. I want to share, but I can't. So I'm doing this sort of midway kind of tease. But yeah, it was really, really cool, and that kind of made my night. And then I talked to Koji-san as well, their composer guitarist. And oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I had some 7-Eleven famichiki chicken last night, but thank you. I will. No, I can't and I won't say who, but it was super cool, and like that was awesome. And so yeah, it was nice. I didn't get a chance to talk to Kotaro or Arisa because I did have to come home, work on some photos, and then just get back. But with the time that I did have with the people I did speak to, I enjoyed it a lot. Then Sunday, and I won't lie, I think because of my foot and just because I'm human, like, hey, what's going on, man? Getting tired and like, I gotta get up for the show and I gotta get ready for the show and I gotta do photos. It's this weird thing where like when I'm there, I totally enjoy it, but like pre, you know, pre-performance, pre-production, pre-show, like I just like, can I just lay here with my dog? And I'm serious. That's how I feel a lot of times. Um, but yeah, so the next show that I went to was actually an afternoon show. Um, I didn't actually worry too much about all the bands there, and I was there mainly for Nekomeshi 222. I haven't seen them for a couple of months, which does feel yes with Pomodoro. Yeah, coming up. I forgot the details. But yeah, so Nekomeshi, I picked up their their tissue pack, which is also really nice. There's their QR code if you wish to scan their info, homepage, and then X. So this is Raizo, the singer. This is Zakuro, guitarist, composer, Vaya, the drummer, and Jun, the bassist. They're all really cool, really sweet. Yeah, afternoon show at Shinjuku Antioch, and I guess the cool thing about afternoon shows is there aren't as many people, and as a photographer, that helps a lot. Um, but it also the cool thing about afternoon shows is that you do have some lesser known bands that perform as well, so that they have the opportunity to kind of like practice, like not quite be prime time center stage, but still kind of get the practice in. And so there is another band there that I want to talk about briefly. Um, four-piece band, and their name is it Sylvie? I actually don't quite know the pronunciation of the name. It had been mentioned to me previously by Peter from Poland, and then later by Russ Henry of the Foxhole. And so I did go to check them out. And they are a very young band. They just started December of 2023. Um, but yeah, it was cool. They're definitely young, and I could tell from the performance. There were definitely nerves. There wasn't the most comfort being on stage, which it is difficult. I mean, public speaking alone is one of the greatest fears for a lot of people. So, actually performing on stage and having to be cool or to express yourself, or for some people, like their deepest heartfelt like passion. So that's got to be tough. But I enjoyed the songs. Like they didn't do a bad job performance, but I did enjoy the songs, and it's sort of like dark pop, dark pop rock. The melodies were quite melodic. It was quite melodic. It was pretty heavy. Like they were. It felt sometimes slightly industrial. Like in my head, I'm like, okay, this is slightly like Nine Inch Nails ish, slightly. Like there's just a certain heaviness to it. You know, the bass was really fat and just like, bomb, bomb. Um, but they reminded me, minus the synth, um, and slightly heavier, of the Birthday Massacre. I don't know if you know the band, but I like them a lot. Um, I don't listen to them really quite too much now, but there was a phase where I was like, dude, Birthday Massacre is awesome. Yeah, really cool stuff. So if you haven't heard of this band, like I would definitely check them out. They're an American band, and they are still performing, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, so that was that band. I don't know. Again, I'm not sure if it's Sylvie or Cilvie. And then came Nekomeshi 222. And I was really happy to see them. I'm always happy to see them and to see them perform. Um, as was said by one of our visitors, what's going on, Piotr? I just mentioned you. Talking, of course, about um, Justin, one of the visitors from the States. He was saying, like, yeah, like, you just, even if you've heard the recording, even if you've seen the music video, even if you've seen live performances, I'm like, I know where this is going. It's like, yeah, it's just like, like it's so different when you see them live. When you see these bands live, it's just so much more. It's so good, and I'm like, I completely agree. I totally get it. You know, so yeah, Nekomeshi is definitely a band. And even if you don't see them live, I think their album from last year, Whistling Arrow, is a fantastic album. I still say like Zakuro is one of my favorite riff makers. Like so good. Um, and I think initially I wasn't quite sure about Raizo's vocals. I was like, I mean, they're okay. But then when I started to see them live, I was like, oh man, like it does something to you. Like it tingles a certain part of your brain. It just kind of like scratches like have you ever had your ears like cleaned out with that little stick? I don't know if that's just an Asian thing, but my mom used to do that when I was a kid. She'd like put that little stick in and start like cleaning out. You're like, ah. It does something and it's so it's incredible. So yeah, fantastic job. As always. With Nekomeshi, one of my favorite songs live is Dicey. Um, yeah, because Raizo does something and then there's an arrangement on the guitar, the way it just bends, and there's this like man, there's just sort of like this like swinging action, this like back and forth that just kills me, gets to me so much. But yeah, good stuff. Hey, what's going on, David? Um, yeah, it was gross, but it was kind of cool. So yeah, that was my afternoon at Antioch, and then I do want to share also that there is a band called Aznig, Aznig. If you flip it around, it's basically Ginza. So if you want to remember it easily, think of Ginza, the area in Tokyo, and then flip it, and it's Aznig. Oh yeah. See him live, man. See him live. It does stuff to you. So yeah, Aznig was just signed to Blacklisted Records. So congratulations to Aznig. I do hope to see more promotions from them. And there is a show coming up, not next month, in June. I believe June 14th. I might be corrected by Yushi-san if I'm wrong. But there will be another afternoon show. So if anybody is in town, wants to check out Nekomeshi 222 as well as Aznig, both of them are bands from Blacklisted, you can do that. I didn't stick around because I had to kind of head on over to Crescendo to catch my second show. Yes, 614, that is correct, at Antioch. That's awesome. That's right, you were there at was it Kuya's birthday? I think you were there at Kuya's birthday. That's why they were performing. Nekomeshi 222, Mellows, Nilfinity, I believe, along with Hades. Um, so I did go to Shinjuku Tower Records, which is really close by, and then I went to go check out the photo exhibition, the panels from Brideear. Some of you may know, especially if you guys do watch this channel regularly, that I absolutely love Brideear. They're another band that just like blows me away, and they've definitely stolen my heart more and more over, the recent past couple of years, really. And so, unfortunately, Kimmy had some health issues, so she had to Oh, okay, cool. Piotr, just let me know. Message me. So Kimmy wasn't feeling well, some health issues, so they had to cancel their UK Europe tour, which was really, really unfortunate. Um, but they are making up for it. I'll get into more detail about that. So they just performed this past weekend at Nagoya, Osaka, and then this coming Sunday, Shibuya WWW, which is where I will be this coming Sunday. Um, yes, her birthday is in October. So I went to Brideear's Tower Record photo panel exhibition. Took a couple of photos, and then I took off for Crescendo. I biked over there, and it was kind of a long bike ride. It was nice. I went through an area that I was unfamiliar with, and it was really cool. But I got there, and then I saw a couple of people I haven't seen in the longest time, Mayo and Yuri, and I haven't seen them since. Okay, not the longest time. That's a lie. I saw them at Sally's birthday album release show, which was back in March 20th. So it's been a month. But I don't know. I mean, I've been telling people like last year I was seeing Hades like every other week almost. They were performing so much. And this year, just because of different things that they're planning and working on, there's so many less shows. My foot needs to get checked out. I will be going to the hospital this Saturday because it's not healing properly. So, yeah, I don't know. This is sort of again the thorn in my side, the foot on my leg. But hopefully, when I go to the hospital, they'll have something to tell me that can appropriately take care of this. So I did see Mayo and I saw Yuri. Fantastic. So happy to see them. Um, I don't know. It's just there's certain people you just see and you're just very, very happy. You know, it's I don't know if you have people like that in your life. And I don't want to say that it's like when I see my dog when I come home, I'm always happy to see him because I don't want to equate dog with with Mayo or Yuri. Um, but just if you guys understand how much I love my dog, then maybe you'll understand. So yeah, it was so good to see them. They were performing with Serge K. Serge K, pretty much. Serge K is a band that was formed by Koji Taicho, which means like the leader, the captain. He also has a YouTube channel, Sound Rockets. Sound Rockets, Sound Rockets. Let me see here. Let me just check very quickly. And I first knew about him because he had done an interview with Hades. Sound Rockets. Yeah, Sound Rockets. This gentleman right here.
会長でございます。皆様いつもご覧になっていただいてありがとうございます。本日はですね、私の持っているギター全部紹介しちゃおうかななんて思って。
So I don't know all the details about him. I don't know his history. I do know he writes some pretty like badass songs from the songs that I've heard from Serge K. But I think the Hades girls have a way of winning you over, and so it does seem like they're called upon. And I think we may understand this, but guys really love them a lot. Like they're very, very charming, like excruciatingly, painfully, like exceedingly charming women. And so I guess he befriended them and vice versa. And so they ended up playing support bass and drums with him, and they have their band Serge K now. And I think they're able to do more performances because Hades isn't being active at the moment, although they do have a couple of shows lined up. So last night they were performing at Crescendo. And I was eager to see them. And Mayo asked me if I could do photos for them. I said, of course, absolutely. Like I think Mayo is someone who, when she asked me to do something, like I'm more than happy to do so. And anybody from Hades. And then another band that I totally love, amazing, amazing music, but they're another band that, like, I cannot even explain to you just how much you have to see them live, which is Fill It Up. Fill It Up. They're amazing. They're amazing. Chomo, the lead singer, is just one of my favorite like vocalists in Japan and maybe ever. Like the husk she has and just the way she delivers is so incredible. Um, yeah, absolutely. I feel like um, I think Mayo has it. She exudes just like sweetness and like craziness and loveliness and like she's a bit like a like more crazy, lovely, mad Lucille Ball. I don't know how to say it, but like she's not off her rocker, but she's like right at the tip. And she's so much more the beautiful for that. Like it's fantastic. So I had a chance to talk with them yesterday because there's some downtime. So I did get a chance to talk with Mayo, with Yuri. Kuya came. She was in civilian clothing because she wasn't performing last night. So we are just talking about stuff too. Sara came late, so I saw her, but we didn't get to talk. But she brought her bike, so um, yeah. And then she was passing out the flyers for the one man. It's kind of rolled up, but so you've probably seen this on social media, especially if you are on X. 524. This is at Chelsea Hotel, Shibuya. It's the basement floor. It's a whole building, and there's like 3 or 4 different venues inside that building. But Chelsea Hotel, according to what I was told, is in the basement. So pretty excited to see this show. It is their first one man, and I absolutely think that they will fill that place with just so much Hadesness as only Hades can. And I'm really, really excited about that. So far her bike seems okay, but I don't know. It's quite temperamental. As long as I've known, as long as I've known Hades and Sada, like that bike has been an issue. So yeah. Let me play for you just a little bit of let's see here. Yeah, just a little bit. Where are we? Why does this happen? Okay, here we go. So this was a performance that I filmed. This was the end of last year at Mayo Fest. But you can see just how excited like the whole group gets. Like this guy's energy is just off the wall. Like I mean, all of them. It's incredible. But you can't quite hear their vocals, huh? But yeah, they're originally from an area called Hamamatsu. So good. Hold on a second, guys. Okay. Give me just a moment. My window disappears sometimes and I can't find it again. Alright. Close. There we go. Okay. This might be better sound. So definitely like classic hard rock. This intro gives me very like Hot for Teacher vibes. So I actually heard the song on a video on YouTube a year and a half, 2 years ago, and like just totally grabbed me. Totally grabbed me. So if you guys do have like a subscription service, look up Fill It Up. And then the album is called Heads or Tails. I think you'll enjoy it very much. That is a recommendation. So yeah, it was 3 shows or 2 shows, and mainly 3 bands that I was really checking out. And all of them killed it. All of them did an amazing job. And while this song is playing, I'll just share a few photos going to all these gigs. Simply, yes, I do wear ear protection. It's a little bit late because when I used to play music myself, like I played drums, I played bass, keys, guitar, singing, all of that stuff. But I think particularly during my time playing drums and maybe electric, I think it took its toll. So, yeah. Not the best ears. So if you ever talk to me in person and I go, what? It's not because I wasn't listening. It's because I can't listen. So here, I'll just share a few photos that I took. Oops, darn it. So, Nekomeshi, June, Via, Raizo, more Raizo, more June. Let's see. I went the wrong way. Yeah, I'm still working on stuff. Zakuro. Shimizu Festival Dim Rays, Neki, Palanel, 4th of May. I don't believe I am. Yeah, I don't think so. What do I have? No, I am not. This is Fill It Up. Yeah, they're really just like stellar on stage. Like they get really powerful and just so active. So that's Chomo. So a few of the photos. And then Mayo. This is Koji, Taicho, Yuri, more Chomo. It's kind of all around. This is Jun, the drummer. I forgot the guitarist's name at the moment. This is Atan of Serge K. And then I'll share a bit of the doll parts photos. Oh, thank you. Hiro. That's right. Thanks so much, man. I said earlier, but I do enjoy taking photos of them. Yeah. So this is Arisa in her outfit. So I mean, she just looks like a rock star, right? More of a Western style rock star, but definitely still a rock star, right? Yeah. So very, very charming in person as a performer, and again, just as a person when you talk to her. And then Kotaro, he's a really good drummer. Like he's gotten so much better too, like over the years. I kind of like this one, his intensity, right? Ah, you haven't seen them yet. Ah, that's a shame. Hopefully you can come by or they can get to the States. So, yeah. So, yeah. Actually, they still haven't seen a lot of these photos yet either. So, um, but yeah, so that was that. Doll Parts, great time. Nekomeshi 222, great time. Serge K, Fill It Up, great time. What can I say? And then this coming weekend is going to be, again, another fantastic weekend. Like, it blows my mind. And I just realized there was a show that I wanted to mention that I am missing right now, and it kills me. Well, you already finished. Um, but I still want to show you the lineup because it's a really, really cool show. Like, one of the, I don't know if it's because I've gotten to know more and more bands that they've kind of started coming together, but man, like, it's crazy. Like, just, it, I don't know, man. Some of these combinations, like, blow me away. All right. So here's what happened tonight that I couldn't get to because a new term has started with my work, with the kids I work with, and I just can't afford to not be there. But this would have been a really, really cool show to attend. And I'll be honest, mainly because, well, the two bands mainly off of here, I don't even know if you can see it, but Gangire and then Let It Out, Lydia. There are other bands. I never got to hear Noel live, which is one of the bands, but Ryan Meir, when he was here, said they were really great. But Noel, Gangire, Once Truth, The Number Zero, Cantoy, and then Let It Out, Lydia. They're performing tonight at Antioch, and I really wish I had been there. I haven't seen the Let It Out girls for quite a while, and I miss them. I miss them. They're really, really sweet. They're really, really cool. So, yeah, it's a shame. And then there's a show that just came up just maybe a couple weeks ago, even last week. I think a couple weeks ago. And then another band got added, which again is like, are you kidding me? It's a Friday. I'm not sure if I can even go, but my goodness, like it's pretty unreal. These bands, and I will show you this band as well. All right, so so far, Undying Words, which is one of my new favorite bands. You know, they just formed. What is it? Towards the end of the year last year. But Undying Words, you have Aya on bass. You have Eita on guitar. They've both been around for quite a while. Then you have, excuse me, Kano on drums, who has done support drums for quite a few bands, but the most well known to me anyway is Dim Rays. And then you have Kasumi, who I never knew of, but she's an incredible singer. Um, but this is their second show that they are sponsoring. And they first got Gangire, and I thought, oh my gosh, Undying Words and Gangire. And then just today they announced that they have Mellows as well. And I'm like, holy crap. So, like, I love Undying Words, love Gangire, love Mellows. And to have this combination, this is like a dream. Like, if MNN were to put on a festival, like, these are definitely bands that I would be considering and want to have at some point, you know? So, it is June 13th on Friday, June 13th. So I definitely encourage you guys, if you are in town, is to get to this show. Like, it's a hot ticket. And I guarantee you, just by these names, I know that Hiro Tajima of J Rock Tours will also be here. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. But yeah, that's a fantastic show. And oh yeah, so Saturday, very very quickly. Saturday, Uyu's birthday at Wildside, Shinjuku Wildside. Mana Diagram, Dizzy Metal, Doll Parts again, and then Gungi Day. That's gonna be a fantastic show. I will be there after my hospital visit. Hopefully, it won't take too long. Um, but I'm excited. I mean, this again is a fantastic lineup. I have never seen Mana Diagram live, but I have heard their songs. Uh, and Uyu being Uyu, I'm excited to see her perform not as baby metal, dizzy metal, but as her. And then Meito, I have never heard live yet, so that's really exciting. Dizzy Metal is a fantastic band to see, and then the crowd participation is just fantastic. Doll Parts is Doll Parts, as we just mentioned. Then you have Gangire, and definitely probably one of my favorite vocalists as well is Nana. Um, yeah, she's just incredible. Like as a singer, as a growler, like with her dead voice, just fantastic. So that's Saturday, and then finally, I'm gonna come back to this. Um, is with Brideear, this coming Sunday, and I think maybe due to the fact that they weren't able to do their show, uh, in the UK and in Europe, they're trying to make up for that and trying to like make money somehow. So for the first time that I'm aware of, they are going to be streaming this show in Tokyo, and I believe it's a live stream. So you'll be able to catch Bright Air on a live stream, which I don't think has ever been done with this band. And I do remember saying like, when it was announced that Kimmy couldn't make the shows and so they had to cancel the tour, I was like, oh, maybe you guys can do like a streaming show or something to kind of help out so that the world can see it. I don't even know if that had any influence whatsoever. Um, but I said the same thing to Bandmate when they had to cancel. Which show was it? I don't think it was Budokan, but there was a show. Maybe it was Day of May. They had to cancel in 2020, and then I said, "Hey, you guys should like I don't know, do a streaming show or something." And then they did, even though it was on their iPhone for the first time, and even though it was only like 15, 20 minutes, they did that cover Slipknot and then a few other songs. So, again, if you ever have a good idea, just throw it at them because you never know. Honestly, I don't know if what I said had any impact, but maybe. So they're doing that. They have new merch. The really cool thing for this show as well, though, is that for the first time, for 5,000 yen, you can enter into the venue early if you have a ticket, but you can enter the venue early for the additional 5,000 yen, but you get to watch their entire rehearsal and then you also get to take a photo with them. So that's really, really fun and really, really exciting. So I have not been buying a lot of merch lately. I do buy CDs if I have to. Happy to receive them. But yeah, I'll definitely be doing that. I think that'll be super cool. Um, yeah, I don't know, Bright Ear, I absolutely love Ayumi as a composer and a guitarist. Like she sends me especially on the last album, Born Again. So that's gonna be really, really cool, really, really fun. And then the same day on Sunday, earlier in the day, they're doing a signing at Disc Union Rock in Tokyo, which is in Shibuya. So it's gonna be a full Sunday of Brideear. It'll definitely be a good way to start the week and end the weekend. Um, and at some point, I still want to interview them. I really do, or at least take photos of them, or hang out with them, or I don't know, stuff like that. So yeah, that is the weekend coming up. There's definitely other stuff lined up. Dim Race has a show on the 28th with Launcher 8, Worst Trash, Stray Kids. I think there's another band, but I can't remember who. That's on a Monday, so I will not be able to attend that, but I know at least a couple people who will be, so that'll be a really cool show. And then on May 4th, and I do hope, I don't know, after I go to the hospital, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's if they're gonna ask me to rest, and if that's gonna be a major issue. I hope not. I hope not. But all right. So on May 4th, this is the show I will be at. For Double X Erico, this is also a newer band. I saw them first perform at Blacklisted Records' 20th year anniversary show in October. They are originally from Akita. They're a 6-piece band, 3 guys and 3 girls. So that's really, really interesting. Vocally, melodically, it sounds almost more like traditional Japanese music, but then the rest of it is more modern. It's more rock and metal. It gets heavier. We do have a growler. There's also a Trader, Valhalla, Kiss the Quartet, and then Elements of Verse. So this is where I will be on May 4th. So yeah, if you guys are not able to make it, feel free to do a live stream and see what's going on and what it's all about. So that's the 4th. After that, Golden Week-ish, yeah. May 10th, Day of Maid, which is with the Maids. I have not seen it. I do like Lumerize. I do love the performance. I think was it Kotomi? Was that the lead singer? I think she's super cool. She's super fun, and she's a little bit crazy, which I love it when people are just a little bit crazy. But I heard that Shooter was actually re-recorded as a music video. Maybe because Kotomi is the new singer. I'm not sure if that's the case. I haven't really like followed up on them, but I believe they had done that video before. So, but yes, that is that. Okay. There are definitely other shows. Right after the Day of May, the 11th. I'm not totally sure what's happening. Again, I may want to limit my weekends to one show at the moment. After this weekend. And then, but May 12th, well, there is a Saiseiga show on the 11th in Shimokitazawa. And then on the 12th, there is the One Sky Showcase, which has Exist Trace, Risky Melody, and Doll Parts. So that's a show that some people I know are going to. And then, that is all at the moment. There's other stuff, but yeah, it was last year you took Sada to. No, not last. No, because it was the end of 2023. So that was at the Yokohama Arena show. That was the 3-hour extravaganza, which I legitimately got tired because it was so long. It was so long. It was bandmate, but it was so long. I got really tired. And this is even before my foot. Oh my goodness! If my foot was in the situation it is now, I don't know what would have happened. Because the seats they had were like they were those seats that fold up and down, and I was just my butt needed to rest. I kid you not, my butt needed to rest. Oh, that was also the show where Love Bites sat like in front of me. So then I ended up like going up and then saying hi. I think who was it? Asami Mi Midori. It was Asami Midori, and then who was it? Asami Midori, and then Harupi. That's who I saw. I was like, "Sumimasen," I was like, "Excuse me, Love Bites desu ka?" Like, are you Love Bites? Oh, hi. I was like, "Oh, okay. Just want to say hi. Bye." I am. Like, I can't hide the fact that I'm old. I'm not okay. I'm older because I know there are gentlemen here who are older than me, and I don't want to offend them in any way by saying I'm really old. But there's a certain point you can't fight that. You just can't fight it. Um, I'm definitely still full of zest, and rust and cobwebs, but I still have a lot of passion and excitement for the things I love, and that keeps me going. So it is funny. No, it's not funny. It's really depressing and sad. Because, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak, as they say. So, so yeah. Um, alrighty. Is there anything else? Um, let's see if there's anything else that I can think of at the moment. No, it doesn't quite seem like it. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's about it for today, for tonight, for this morning. Yeah, I know some of you guys are definitely older. Yeah. But it does happen, right? We just have to accept it and live within what we're able to. I don't know what I'm saying. Oh, the one thing I did want to share, which is kind of cool, and this isn't me. I don't know if this comes off as me flexing sometimes, and I do apologize if it does look that way. It's not meant to be like a flexing, like, hey, look at me. But it's just cool. I was telling this to Kuya yesterday when we were just talking, but I was like, it's weird. Like, who am I that I should be able to do these things, go to these shows, be backstage, hang out with you guys, and like, how did this all happen? Like, what exactly? I don't know how this happened, um, and then one of the things that kind of makes me realize some cool stuff has happened is like getting special thanks. Um, Getting into shows for free is also nice. Uh, Not at the moment, I don't think. Yeah. I'll post something if it is. But I really like getting, and I feel like anybody who gets these passes really do enjoy them. But like getting like the all area passes. So Hades, this is Sugomo Shishio. Again, Hades, Sara, um, Bad Bubble. This was their last show as Bad Bubble before they ended up becoming the Frail. And then I have a few up here too. I'm gonna put this up. So I decided, so if you take a look, I can't really quite see it right now that well either. But I have like Antioch, Ayamorism, Cyclone, Wildside. Is that Shinjuku Loft? Is that Loft? I think so. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't know. I like it's nice. It's nice. And again, I am thankful to Arisa for the special thanks and all parts in general. Um, I don't I don't do these things at all, to be honest, to get any sort of accolade or recognition. You know, I love these bands so much. I believe in these bands so much. I want so badly to be able to do what I can to help them to get as far as they can go. You know, I'm not at a point where like I'm a manager, I can't tell them how to dress or what kind of songs to write or give recommendations on all these things. But to the extent that I'm able to promote them and like make them like raise awareness about these bands, you know, like I'm really happy to do that. It's really exciting for me. And I'm so glad that I can do these things and that it has had impact and that it's made their lives a little bit more fun. Um, I don't think done anything of that much significant impact where like their lives have been drastically changed and they're financially like well off for the rest of their lives. But it's fun, if that makes sense. It's fun and it's kind of cool. So I'm really happy to be a part of that. And um, yeah, like I just hope that if anything, like my experience with this kind of stuff might even make others think, hey, maybe I can do more stuff too, and that they will do more stuff, and that they will help out these bands, and you know, make the connections that they can. And so it's a constant learning process. It's constantly learning, and it's constantly figuring things out, and it's making mistakes, and it's saying apologies, and it's trying to do better and learn from your mistakes, and just keeping at it. But all the while trying to stay sincere and honest. And yeah, I don't know. You know, it's really cool. I'm really happy to do that. Um, yeah, no, and I thank you guys. I think for every one of you who like are still here with this channel, you know, oh, you know, we hit 3,900 members. We're close to 3910, 30 between 3910, 3915. And then I'd figure maybe in a couple of months, unless there's like a big something that happens, you know, hitting 4,000 members. And then, yeah, who knows? But I'm just really happy, you know, to do this. Very, very happy to do this. And I would gladly support these musicians and these bands like as long as I can. So, but thank you guys for being so supportive and being really helpful. Yes, thank you for reminding me. Well, I quit my job because there were some issues with my job. But it did eventually, after a long while, lead to me being here in Tokyo. So it has been just a little bit over a year now, and it's been a really good year. There's been ups and downs, but overall, it's been like fantastic. And you know, who knows what this coming year is going to bring in Tokyo and what else can happen. Yeah, it's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. So, thank you guys again constantly for your support. Do you have to mention Derek's comp? I don't know what Derek's comp means. His competition, his computer, his compadre, his compartment, his compensation. I don't know what that means. Sorry, Jeff. You lost me there. Ah, competition. Is that what it is? Do I have to mention it? I don't think I have to mention it, and I hadn't planned on it. Um, there is a video. To be honest, I didn't even know that's what was happening. And then, because SJ and I don't always communicate, yeah, on what's being put up and what's being done. But I think Derek reached out to SJ about, yeah, about the free ticket and then some Miley tour and stuff. And yeah, I don't know the details. I haven't looked at it. But there is a video that was posted earlier today, Japanese time, maybe for you guys yesterday. Feel free to look it up. The thumbnail is yellow. That's all I know. Sorry, I'm stupid. um, all right, man. I think I'm gonna leave it here because I can and I do ramble. Ugh. But yeah, once again, Arisa, Kotaro, Koji, thank you. Doll Parts. This is Bog, bragging out garbage. Thank you for the special thanks. Um, this is definitely an album that I think is worth getting, and I think you guys will enjoy. But yeah, check out the songs. The latest one, I mean, just go to their YouTube channel and then look at the last three. Stray Sheep, We Exist Here, which I really like. It's really catchy. And then the latest one, Shihai, Domination. So, all right, guys. It is a work day, work night, so I'm gonna try to rest up. I'm not getting any younger, like none of us are. So, yeah, fantastic show, fantastic show. But thank you guys for joining on this week night, and I will catch you guys again at some point. I will definitely follow up this coming weekend with the shows that are lined up. Again, Wildside with Mana Diagram, Dizzy Metal, Gangire, and crap, Doll Parts. And then the following day will be Brideear, and they are going to allow a video recording of Still Burning. They are going to allow that. So I will record that. I am number 28. So I'll be fairly close up. I guarantee you I'll be closer to Ayumi's side. Expect that in the video, but I'll try to catch a side, kind of like an angle. And I will post it on MNN too, because that's really cool. A video of Bright Ear live performance. That's gonna be fun. So yeah, I will catch you guys again on the weekend. Hopefully Sunday, if not, maybe Monday or Tuesday afterwards. Okay. You guys, please stay healthy as well. Crap, don't know that band. Ah, yeah, Bright Ear. They're a cool band. Five-piece girls. Two guitarists. All right, no problem, Yushi-san. Oh man, I will see you again soon, all of you. Thank you guys. Please take care. Enjoy the rest of the week, and yeah, listen to all that good music out there. And I'll catch you guys again soon. Okay, peace. Bye. This is Peter. See you.